Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English with Eric. I am Eric, your English instructor. I sincerely hope you enjoyed our last lesson, part 1 of Edgar Allan Poe's The Haunted Palace. Today we're going to do part 2, reading the last 3 stanzas of Poe's The Haunted Palace. We'll read each stanza one at a time, and then we'll go back through and explain the words and the phrasing. Are you ready, my friends? And all with pearl and ruby glowing was the fair palace door, through which came flowing, and sparkling evermore, a troop of echoes, whose sweet duty was but to sing, in voices of surpassing beauty, the wit and wisdom of their king. Now, this one is fairly simple in comparison to the others. All with pearl and ruby glowing. The door, the palace door, is covered with pearls and rubies, very ornate, very beautiful, all with pearl and ruby glowing. So again, we're seeing a lot of words in this poem that have to do with light and radiance and luminescence. That emphasizes the beauty, the intelligence, the prosperity, and the peacefulness of this palace and this community. All with pearl and ruby glowing was the fair palace door, through which came flowing, and sparkling evermore. Again, flowing. We get the idea of wind or water, something very fluid, very liquid, evermore, that this is eternal, it's permanent and sparkling. Again, almost the idea of sunlight off of water. Sparkling, another one of those great words that has to do with light and reflection, radiance, luminance, light. A troop of echoes, and we see echoes is capitalized. It's an important word, whose sweet duty was but to sing. So these are echoes. These are people who repeat the words and the proclamations of the king. They sing the words of the king so that others might hear them and celebrate them. So this troop of singers, in voices of surpassing beauty, their voices were beautiful. These people, these echoes, who repeated the words of the king in beautiful tones. They repeated the wit and wisdom of their king. The wit and wisdom of their king. Again, giving the idea that this community, this region, this realm was very prosperous. It had a very intelligent king, a very wise king. And everything about him reflects his beauty and his leadership. With him being at the top, everything below him was something beautiful, something wonderful, an expansion of the king. Through the king, the realm prospered. By his wit and wisdom, it grew. In voices of surpassing beauty, the wit and wisdom of the king. But evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn for never morrow shall dawn upon him desolate. And round about his home the glory that blushed and bloomed is but a dim remembered story of the old time entombed. And now we're starting to get a feeling of sadness. We're remembering that this is something that is with us no longer. We are seeing shades of the past. We are seeing something that once was and perhaps is forevermore in memory, existing as ghosts, as shades. But evil things in robes of sorrow. Poe doesn't identify what these evil things are. What are these instruments of change? Evil things wearing garments of sorrow, metaphorical robes of sorrow. For by the passing of the kingdom, this beautiful realm was lessened for the absence of it. For evil things in robes of sorrow assailed the monarch's high estate, assailed, attacked, harassed, did horrible things to the monarch or the king's high estate. Not only his high station, his high state, but his high estate, the palace, the castle, which is the focus of this poem, the haunted palace, haunted by these visions, these scenes of increasing sorrow. For somehow this beautiful, peaceful kingdom has passed away. And we get very little of why, just anonymous things, evil things in robes of sorrow. Ah, let us mourn. Let us mourn. Let us feel grief. Let us feel sadness for the passing of this prosperous and wonderful kingdom, of these happy people. For never morrow shall dawn upon him. There shall never be another day. The king will never see another sunrise. He has fallen, and his kingdom has fallen with him. It is gone. Without him, without the sun at its core, this beautiful, radiant kingdom cannot survive. It cannot continue. Desolate. Desolate. The idea of isolation, the idea of being alone. There is nothing living anymore. All living things, all life is gone. The entire kingdom is abandoned. The palace is haunted only and occupied only by ghosts and spirits. And round about his home, the beautiful, ornate palace, the glory that blushed and bloomed, the glory and prosperity of his kingdom, of his people, the richness of the land, of the realm that blushed and bloomed, full of color, full of florid images, is but a dim, remembered story. A memory that is gone, that has passed away, of which we only have fragments. And right now we don't even know the cause of its passing. What were the evil things in robes of sorrow? Was it conquering people? Was it perhaps disease? We do not know. We do not have the answer. And Poe offers very little clue in that regard. Is but a dim, remembered story, half forgotten, mostly gone, of the old time entombed. Entombed. It is dead. It is buried. It is gone. We cannot dig it up again. It has passed from this world. We only have fragments of it to try to piece together its beauty and its prosperity. Primarily, this old haunted palace. And travelers now within that valley through the red-litten windows see vast forms that move fantastically to a discordant melody, while like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door, a hideous throng rush on forever and laugh, but smile no more. And now we see that they are indeed gone. And travelers, whoever passes through that valley, who still sees the remnants of that old, wonderful, ornate palace still standing, no doubt decrepit and forlorn and isolated, through the red-litten windows see, there is still some light that emanates out from within. A red light, like a firelight. Vast forms. If it's vast, it's very large. It's huge, that move fantastically. They have strange movements, not like a human. Again, Poe is not specific. He leaves these things to our imagination, to our thoughts, to our dreams. We don't know what is there. Perhaps we are unable to make them out, only that they are large and they don't move in any way that a human being or a normal animal would move. To a discordant melody. Discord meaning chaos, a chaotic melody. It's not pleasant to the ears. It's discordant. It's off tone. It's off key. It's arrhythmic. So they're dancing, they're moving in a way that human beings would not move, to a rhythm that human beings do not feel through their heartbeat and through their pulse. These are alien creatures, very different from anything we would see or experience in normal reality. While like a ghastly rapid river through the pale door, through the dimly lit, enshadowed door, a hideous throng rush out forever. Hideous, horrible, ugly, malformed, disfigured throng, a chaotic group of people, a mob rushing out the door forever out into the landscape. All of the people of the kingdom, all of these ghosts, these spirits, now misshapen and no longer human, rushing out like some horrible, awful river. Forever. But they laugh. They laugh, but it is a laugh with no humor. No humor at all. It is a laughter without heart. It is the laughter of hysteria, the laughter of mania, the laughter of insanity. For there is no more smiling. There is no happiness in the laughter. It is a horrible, discordant thing that doesn't sound right to the ears. It's frightening. It's unpleasant. A hideous throng rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more. I hope you enjoyed that, my friends. That was part 2, the final part, to Edgar Allan Poe's The Haunted Palace. Edgar Allan Poe was one of the greatest American authors, still revered and widely read the world over today. If you enjoyed that, please let us know in the comments down below. Please share this with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a big thumbs up. And we will see you again very soon, my friends, with more advanced lessons and more advanced English. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you again soon, my friends. Bye-bye.